After COVID, the value of travel agents has gone up so much because then people realize that without a travel agent, you're on your own. For a small service fee, what you're getting is hundredfold the kind of service we give. Nobody else gives. Here, we are available 24/7. Our mobiles are never switched off.
For me, it's like every stage of your life, you've pushed the envelope forward. Like you're crazy. Sorry, but you're crazy.
A lot of people now, they tell me in the travel industry, oh, we were all determined to pull you down, when you started Vice Regal Travels. And they said, but you won our hearts,
That's it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You may lose a client, you may make more money, but the human relationships are what is enduring.
A lady who has been heading organizations, running her own show with so much grace, and most importantly, walking the talk in an era where girls were not even allowed to step out. We are here with the gracious woman from Kerala, Rani Bachani.
Thank you, Rima, for inviting me for this show. I consider this a great honor. I hope I will be able to inspire many young people to come into the travel industry, follow their dream, and make their life so exciting.
Yes.
Because travel is very exciting. Money may not be so great, but the excitement never dies. I joined Air India at a time when there were hardly any girls from the South. For the first time, Air India was looking for girls from South India.
Oh.
Because let me tell you, till then, Air India never took girls from South India. I had just 2,000 rupees in my pocket when I came back to Bombay. Those Air India days were wonderful days. I hope and pray that before I die, I will see Air India back to its glory.
Oh.
To see Rome and London and Paris and Singapore, it was like a dream come true. After film stars, the next most coveted job was to be an air hostess.
Yes.
Every girl, especially, must have a dream. And you must follow that dream. Now I'm 73. And people say, wow, you're still working? When are you going to retire? You will retire as long as you can walk, you can see, and you can hear. Of course, I had a lot of opposition from the other travel agencies, and Cochin is a small place. But those days, there was a nexus of travel agents. So they were not willing to accept me. I was again one of the first lady,
yes.
It's from Kerala,
Yes.
to be a TAFI president. I was the first lady president of SKAL Kerala.
I mean, to walk into a dominated world and to make your own presence felt, to win over people from the fraternity, and then finally be the president of an association, of a woman's wing. Rani, what was your inner voice that would kept telling you, okay, you can achieve this, you can win over people, don't give up? What is it? Because I need that strength from you.
I think, Rima, it is mostly, even if people, are angry and they talk about you and they, they try to sabotage you. God has given me this capacity. I don't hold any grudges, Everybody doesn't have to like me, but I still, like the certain qualities in them,
Yes.
which I am not going to, say those qualities are not there just because they said this about me. Even in my marriage, I remember I used to always tell my husband, and I tell my children also the same thing. See, in any relationship, you must have your own friends, your own likes and dislikes. Just because your husband or wife or your daughter or son doesn't like a particular person, that doesn't mean that you also have to dislike that person. Sometimes you work so hard on a flight. It's not like now you have the trolley, hardly any service. Those days, when we were flying
Full
in
service.
India, it's a full service, and there was no trolley. We had to bring out two trays.
Really?
2 trays at a time and hand it over.
There were no
trolleys. You never brought trolleys for the meal service. Then you ask them veg, non-veg, what choice in veg, non-veg, make sure. Then sometimes you run out of the non-veg choice. And it was a nightmare. You always ran out of veg meals, you know. And then there'd be chaos. Then you learned how to handle it and you do your best, and yet passengers are sometimes so annoyed with you. So you learn to take all that in your stride. When your passengers are walking out, you're still standing there and doing namaste and smiling at them. So with that smile, you forget however cantankerous they were on the flight, you know. A lot of people now, they tell me in the travel industry, oh, we were all determined to pull you down, you know, when you started Vice Regal Travels. And they said, but you won our hearts, you know.
That's it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because at the end of the day, you may lose a client, you may make more money, but the human relationships are what is enduring and what carries on and which, you know, takes you forward also as a person. I always joke, we said we decide who travels with us.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and we really do.
Oh, cool.
Because we literally select our clients.
Wow,
we don't want
Rani.
to offend anyone. So we make sure that it's all the same people, you know, on the same wavelength. Then I took on my niece. We formed something called WEV, Women Explorers.
Oh.
Because we found that a lot of women were not able to travel. Either their husbands were too busy
Yes.
or they had no interest in travel. We would tell women, you know, if they want to have a cooking class, we'd include that. Then if they want to visit museums, they want to go shopping, there were no husbands to take care of, no husbands who were getting irritated.
Exactly.
So the women got so much of freedom, you know, to dress. Silly things like, and we used to always say that, you know, if you want to have a few drinks, have your drinks. One lady even once asked me, I want to wear shorts. I have never worn shorts in my life. I said, please, this was when we were in Vietnam. She said, everybody is wearing shorts. I said, you also wear shorts. Who's stopping you?
Oh.
So she said, oh, will people laugh at me? I said, nobody will even notice you're wearing shorts.
Oh.
People would say, I've only had one drink in my life. I want to have 2 drinks. Otherwise, my husband would say, no, you had 1 drink, that's enough.
Oh.
So I used to say,
Yes.
as long as you can take care of yourself, why 2? Have a dozen.
Yes.
So it gave women a lot of freedom
Yeah.
to do what they really wanted to do. A very good friend of mine in Air India, she never brings her husband. So I said, why aren't you bringing your husband? Because I knew him from the time I was in Air India. She said, no. If he comes, then you take him. Then I'm not coming. He's saying because the morning he'll get up, what should I wear? From what he should wear? What should I eat for breakfast? So she says, I don't want that. I want to be free and only do what I want to do.
Oh my.
Not decide for him. You know? It's not that they don't love their husbands. You know, it's just that everybody needs a break in life. They dance and they enjoy themselves. They go to nightclub. Mind you, most of them are 60 plus.
Sure, Rani.
And
Sure.
some of them 70 plus.
Yeah.
We have people up to 85 who travel with us.
Oh, man.
They've been so suppressed.
Yeah.
You know, you're looking after your husband, then
Yeah.
your in-laws, your children. They've forgotten to live for themselves.
And Rani, one message when you're looking at this beautiful grandchild of yours, I'm seeing her beautiful picture there. What do you want to tell that little girl there?
I want her to really spread her wings and fly.
Oh.
She must enjoy everything that life has to offer. When you reach like my age now, I am 70 plus, I feel nothing gives you so much of excitement, you know, whether it is expensive jewelry or clothes or car but what really still excites me is going with my group on a holiday. A lot of people say, oh, you're doing Russia. Isn't it dangerous? I said, well, crossing the road in Bombay is more dangerous than going to Russia. 32 years of running Vice Regal has been so exciting. We've gone through so much. We survived COVID, we survived all these sudden wars that is happening, flights being stopped, but we still go on. Because
Absolutely go.
that is the great thing. After COVID, we all learned a lesson that nothing can stop us now.
Beautiful.
We will still go on. And after COVID, the value of travel agents has gone up so much.
Do you think?
Because, yes,
I'm glad.
because then people realize that without a travel agent, you're on your own.
So true. Especially look at the situation
Yeah,
today.
who do you call?
Yes, who do you call?
Here we are checking for you every day.
Beautiful.
What is your position? If you're desperate to go, what are the alternatives that we can offer you?
Amazing.
So
Yeah.
for a small service fee, what you're getting is 100-fold. So the smart
Absolutely.
people have realized that the travel industry in India, the kind of service we give, nobody else gives. Here we are available 24/7. Our mobiles are never switched off. The only time I switch off my mobile phone is when I go to church on Sunday for that 1 hour.
Wow.
The minute I step out of church, my mobile phone, first thing I switch on is the mobile phone and see if I have any missed calls.
Wow. Wow.
So the dedication, this industry. So a lot of young people now come in, they feel, oh, travel is great fun. Then they realize it's not such great fun. You have to work really hard. And I tell all my staff, KYC, know your client. Once you are handling a client, I know which seat he likes, which airlines he likes, which are his favorite places for a holiday. So then they will never leave you because they feel so comfortable with you.
Sure.
This
is like literally a sensitive customization, knowing you.
So in this, otherwise anybody can just go on the internet and book. Some people don't like a very short connection. 1 hour connections now airlines are giving. And you're literally running from one gate to the other.
Yeah.
So I tell my staff, don't do that. It's so much stress for the client. Give him
too much.
minimum
It's too
2
short a
hours.
window.
It's too
Yeah.
short.
Yeah.
Now the airports are so huge.
Totally.
It's too difficult. Because I have staff who have worked with me for 25 years, 20 years plus. And that is very rare in the travel industry. I tell my children, they are more my family than you all are.
Oh.
Because I spend so much time with them. And we go through all the tensions together. A client visa doesn't come.
Yeah.
All of us are praying. The amount I pray for my clients, I don't pray that much for myself or my family.
Rani, in this world of like the way you are so customized, and most of you are in your era, what about AI? Is it ever threatened you?
Not really.
Okay.
Now we are also trying to learn AI. We are trying to use it as a very useful tool.
Wonderful.
Yeah. So it can help us, but I will tell you, it will never replace the value of having a human being and talking to a human voice.
Beautiful.
When you call somebody and a human voice answers you, it is so comforting. You feel, oh, I made the connect.
Yes.
So I think no AI can ever replace that. But we can use this to enhance our business, make our lives easier, become more professional. But I think it can never replace that human contact.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, on this note of human touch and human contact, what do I say? She has given us so much of good energy. Just to say a few things, she's nailed it. She's actually told the young girls out there that if you want to get serious at work, please, nothing comes easy. You have to push that envelope forward, and please go fly, is what she wants to tell her granddaughter and a generation after that. Please fly. Fly literally in your spirits, because nothing stops you. And as she said, the travel agent is here to stay, fortified, strong, and also the fact that AI can't disturb you.
I would really like to take this opportunity to thank Pranav Kapadia and Global Destinations for doing this for this wonderful idea to get 10 senior women in the travel industry to speak about their experiences and for giving us this opportunity so that we can share what we have, learned over the years